Brushing your dog's teeth is super essential for their health, but maybe not even for the reasons that you might think. When I was growing up, I had a black lab mix and my parents never brushed his teeth. And to me, I was like, yeah, kind of gross, but whatever. Like I didn't think it was that necessary. But looking back, it's really, now that I have my own dog, it's so crazy that that was the norm, because brushing your dog's teeth not only helps with like super basic things like having clean breath or having just like nice aesthetically pleasing teeth, but it's so correlated with like major health issues that some can even develop into something fatal. So first, let's go over the benefits of brushing your dog's teeth regularly. The first and most important one is preventing periodontal disease. Unfortunately, the majority of dogs over the age of 3 have this disease. And it sounds really scary, but to be honest, like at the beginning, it's not that serious and can still be like very treatable, especially if you go to the vet and get advice. But basically, periodontal disease is when the tissues around your dog's teeth, including the gums and parts of the jaw that holds the tooth sockets, get infected and inflamed. Before it gets to periodontal disease, it's called gingivitis, I think it's pronounced. I'm not a vet, so I don't know how to pronounce this. But and that's just when the gums are affected by the bacteria. However, as it progresses worse and worse, it does get more serious and it will eventually reach and impact the bone, which is obviously not kind of scary. And as the disease worsens, the symptoms worsen as well. So it can even lead to things like bleeding gums, the teeth becoming loose and even falling out, decreased appetite and therefore weight loss, lack of interest in the usual activities your dog loves, and drooling and more. Needless to say, like no one wants this disease for their dogs. It's super scary and not ideal for your dog either, like in terms of their wellness of life. But the good thing is that brushing your dog's teeth goes a long way in preventing and also slowing down the progress of this disease. The root cause of the disease has been proven to be plaque buildup, and again, brushing your dog's teeth, number one way to prevent that in the first place. Another health benefit of brushing your dog's teeth regularly is to prevent the health problems that come from periodontal disease. So again, like periodontal disease sounds super scary, and it is scary, like don't get me wrong, but I think personally what's scarier is what can come from a dog having that. So first off, some studies show that periodontal disease is linked to heart diseases like endocarditis in dogs. Again, like please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong how to pronounce it, but that can actually be fatal. And what's interesting is the risk of this heart disease is or can be more than 5 times more likely in dogs with dental issues than those without. So the exact reasoning for like this connection, correlation, causation, etc. is not known for sure. The working theory by experts, vets, etc. is that they are in fact linked because the bacteria that's present in periodontal disease is the same exact bacteria found in endocarditis. So that's obviously very scary. And further, periodontal disease can also lead to things like rapid weight loss, like I said earlier, pain, discomfort, and more in your dog, which can then result in other issues within your dog, such as malnutrition, a weaker immune system, and then lead to, again, more problems if your dog has a weakened immune system or is missing important nutrients and vitamins in their diet because they're not eating. So I think what's important to note here is like, yeah, like periodontal disease is scary in and of itself, but it could be the beginning of like a domino effect for your dog's health. And to me, at least, that's super scary. And that's why brushing Mochi's teeth is like a non-brainer. And finally, a kind of silly, but also very important benefit is just better breath and look of your dog's teeth. While these are like less scary and serious health issues for your dog to have like bad breath and ugly teeth or like brown teeth, I definitely think it's still important to maintain for an overall happy and healthy dog. So just brushing your dog's teeth can go a long way and helping with things like that as well. So before I get into how to actually brush your dog's teeth, I want to go over how often to brush your dog's teeth. And this is super important because I used to think like with Mochi, my dog, I used to think like once a week was sufficient. But the more I researched it, I found out, listening to the experts and the vets and stuff, it's super essential to brush your dog's teeth every single day or at minimum every other day. And I know that sounds like a lot, but the good thing is, first of all, it takes literally 30, 40, 20 seconds to do this. And second of all, as you incorporate it into your routine with your dog, it doesn't become like anything extra. It just becomes part of the norm for you. My tip here is like when I first started, I definitely like kept forgetting some days. I was like, oh, I forgot to brush my dog's teeth. So I started putting the toothbrush and toothbrush finger thing, I'll show you in a second, and the toothpaste right by the door where his leash is. And so every single morning before we went on his walk, I would just quickly brush his teeth and then we would go. So now that's become part of our daily routine and I never forget it just because it's so easy. It takes literally 30 seconds and it's right by where his leash is anyway. So it's not like I can conveniently forget to do it. Finally, let's go over how to brush your dog's teeth. It's actually super simple. First, you're going to need a good dog toothpaste. I have a blog post on best dog toothpaste that I'll link in the description below. I'll probably make a video on it as well. If I do, it'll be linked below. And take a look at which one you want to pick. There's a few options. I think they're all great. Yeah. Then get a dog toothbrush or like a finger brush. So I use a finger brush just because one time when Mochi was a puppy, I was using a toothbrush and I poked him with it, and I don't think he likes it ever since. But either way, like they both work fine. So I use like a little finger brush. It's easier for me to get in the back as well. And all you're gonna have to do is put a tiny like fingernail sized dollop of the toothpaste on the toothbrush and work your way around all their teeth. You can start at the beginning at their more like prominent teeth that are more prone to plaque buildup. For example, their canines, like the big ones at the front. But as you work your way, definitely make sure to get to the back as well, because obviously those are equally important, and that's usually what they're using to eat their food as well. After I do one side, so like the left side or the right side, whatever, then I'll like reload the toothbrush with a little bit more toothpaste and do the other side. So in one session, I will use like 2 dollops of toothpaste. If you've never ever brushed your dog's teeth before, I definitely recommend starting with just first letting your dog sniff like put your finger toothbrush on or hold the toothbrush, let your dog sniff that, then put a tiny bit of toothpaste on the brush and let your dog just lick it. That just shows them that like, oh, it tastes kind of good, because first of all, dog toothpaste usually tastes good. It's like chicken flavor or something, or whatever flavor you decide to get. But second of all, it's kind of introducing them to the fact that this is going to go in their mouth. Then the first few sessions, you can literally just like swipe it across their front teeth, the easiest part to get to. Swipe, done. Literally for like 5 or 6 sessions, 5 or 6 days in a row, just do that. And then after that, start building upon it super slowly. Start doing 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 20, 30, until you eventually get up to the 30 or 40 seconds it takes to brush their whole mouth. In my experience, it's definitely like really easy to introduce brushing teeth to dogs because it doesn't hurt them at all. It's definitely like kind of uncomfortable to hold their lips up, but they get used to it. And unfortunately, this is something you can't avoid. So definitely like make an effort to make this part of your dog's routine. On the like special cases, I guess I would say, where your dog might have like trauma or has severe anxiety about it and really won't let you get near their teeth like regularly or even with training, I definitely recommend talking to your vet about it, because I know like some dogs, for example, get like regular professional teeth cleaning by their vets under anesthesia. I know that's not like the norm, but that is definitely like a thing that happens. So definitely bring it up to your vet. And also I would say, actually, speaking of vets, since I'm not a professional vet, I definitely think you should bring up teeth health, like dental health, to your vet whenever you go for a checkup anyway. Just make sure that they look good. Because yeah, like I said before, keeping a good mouth health is very important. And you just want to make sure you're on top of things to prevent it from spiraling into something worse. Again, not dental advice, like professional medical advice. I'm not a vet, but definitely something to look into, and definitely keep brushing your dog's teeth. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time.